Hello everyone, it is Paulo. I am back with Paraflinch today to do a little showcase on Gardevoir GX for Expanded. Now you may ask, why Gardevoir in Expanded right now? It wasn't good before, why is it better now? And the reason is pretty simple, Alolan Ninetales GX. And the Arceus matchup is probably the best reason to actually play it at a tournament. I would say that it's way more consistent now because of the Ninetales and Ditto Prism Star, allowing you to get Octillery out more consistently. Because otherwise, if they just Guzma killed your Remoraid when you dropped it turn 1, because you couldn't really play two Remoraids in this list before. If they Guzma killed your Remoraid early on, then you were out Octillery, and that was really, really bad at the time. So now with Ditto Star, we have more reason to be playing 2 Vulpix, which is very good in this deck already, and Alolan Ninetales is so good. And so the 2 main reasons to play this deck right now would be Arceus and Zoro Control. Just as a quick little dive into the history of this deck, why it fell out of favor, and why I feel like it's in a strong position, a relatively strong position now. It was played a decent bit in the early of last season at Fort Wayne. I believe it made day 2 at that one. It was strong because Gardevoir GX is just such an inherently strong card, and so is Gallade. It's just a very powerful deck overall. But it fell out of favor when Zoroark decks came out into power, and Red Card Hex was so powerful that it really stopped Gardevoir from ever setting up. And so from there, it was really like not. It didn't do really much from there until now, I would say. And now that we have Alolan Ninetales GX, it's just a new tool to play with. And also Arceus is back into favor, and especially the lists that run Keldeo. They essentially have to stack 9 energy on a Keldeo to knock out a Gardevoir GX, which you can energy drive that to knock it back out. And if Arceus can't completely pace you in a game, and they don't take like 2 to 4 prizes with Articuno, then you basically just win. So that's enough talking about reasons for this deck. I'll quickly go over the deck list. First off, we've got 2/2 Alolan Ninetales, 4/1 3/2 Gardevoir and Gallade line, 2 Lele, 1/1 Octillery, and 1 Ditto Star. All of this is pretty self-explanatory. It's a very basic setup line. I mean, I feel like every card in here, like if you just read the card, you kind of know why you're playing it. Octillery is super good for consistency. I know a few lists right now are running Oranguru, which I think is a mistake because your hand gets clogged so easily with this deck. And plus, Octillery lets you play Brooklet Hill, which I feel like is very strong in this deck right now. It bumps other people's stadiums, especially Parallel City, when a lot of decks are still running it right now. Not as much as they used to, but it's still a very, very powerful card, and you really cannot get paralleled for a long term with this deck. But so with Brooklet, you can get your Vulpix, you can get your Remoraid. It also just takes the pressure off of your turn 1 Bridget or Elm to take out your Vulpix and your Remoraid. So it lets you essentially Bridget for 4 if you see the Bridget and the Brooklet. So as for the item and supporter line, most of our item line is actually just based around consistency and setting up our Pokemon. I feel that the Pokemon that you're playing are just so strong that all you really need to do is set them up. So you're running the 2 Lele, and then on top of that you're running 4 Ultra Ball, 2 Treasure, 1 Computer Search, and 1 Bridget and 1 Elm. So in total, that is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 turn 1 outs to a Bridget or Elm. So most of the time, you should be getting a turn 1 Bridget or Elm. The reason for the Bridget and Elm split is simply that Bridget, for the most part, is going to be worse than Elm in this deck because the only card it gets is Lele, other than outside of what Elm would get. But you just play the split because why not? Elm lets you thin a bit better. And so then we're playing 3 Brooklet because, again, it lets you Bridget for 4, which is, I mean, it lets you get 4 basics out more consistently on turn 1. Otherwise, in this list, it feels pretty standard. I'm only running 2 VS Seeker because it's pretty hard to get your supporters into your discard in the first place, and you don't need them that much throughout the game either. You're kind of relying on your auxiliary line to pull the heavy lifting, and auxiliary Gallade is a good enough combo so that your draw is not, you're not relying on your supporters as much for your draw. So yeah, I feel like this is a very consistent list. I think the main problem is just that it's not as unfair as a lot of other decks in Expanded right now. You don't have the disruption that a Zoroark control deck does. You don't have the like a degenerate item lock. You don't have a like some crazy like turn 1 Blastoise. You don't have a card that takes 2 prizes on 60 HP basics like Articuno. I feel like that's the only problem with this deck in Expanded. It's really, really strong. It's just not broken. However, let's get into some gameplay for this deck. So for our first game, it looks like we're facing a deck that's Fire, Normal, Psychic. My first thought is probably Blacephalon. That sounds like a 50-50 matchup for me. I get to use Sublimation GX, which is not something I get to use often with this deck. So we do have a great start as well. I actually totally forgot if I'm going first or second. I'm pretty sure I'm going second though. So let's just bench these two, and so this is actually a really good start. This is guaranteed pretty much turn 2. Oh yeah, I'm going first, nice. He's running Slugma. That means he's running a cargo line. I don't really know what that implies right now. So just Lele for Bridget. Let's see, so definitely have 1 Ralts. Looks like we don't have our Ditto Prism Star, which would be great. What are the chances he takes out my... What are the chances he takes out my picks here? Do I just want to go for... I think I do just want to go for 2 Ralts. Then... I'm not sure. Yeah, because... Yeah, I think I just do this and pass. Because this is kind of what the ideal setup ends up looking like, with 2 Gardevoirs and a Gallade, an Octillery, and Ninetales, although Ninetales is definitely the least essential part of that. Fire, Letter... Oh, this is my Cargo GX. That's fun. Okay, so Heat Factory. What's nice about the Brooklets is that in another Gardeey list, you're probably running like 1 parallel in the list just to have 1 counter stadium, but having 3 Brooklet in the list really lets you take advantage of just being able to bump their stadiums. I mean, especially with Prism Star stadiums in the format now. Although the only one you'll really see in Expanded is Heat Factory, and even that's pretty fringe. I mean, I guess you could see Thunder Mountain in like a Zeraora deck that could exist. But the point being, like, it's pretty good to be able to consistently bump an opponent's stadium. It's most relevant for Skyfield on Zoroark, of course. So, got the Mallow. They did Heat Factory before they Mallowed. They probably... Didn't they Lele for the Mallow? Wait. I guess it's fine. So, should just see a pass here. Yes, we do. So I think I just go into the Tails GX. I am definitely going to get a Candy. Maybe I just get an Ultra Ball and get out my Octillery as well. I think that seems like the best possible play. I can also go for a High Roll on my Timer Ball. Oh, I don't even have a... I was thinking if I had Curly in deck, I could go for a Timer Ball, and if I hit 2 heads, then I'd be able to get a Curly out as well, because it'll be pretty hard for me to hit the second rare candy. Yeah, there's no way we're getting 3 stage 2s out right now, so the Curlia would be a nice consistency card to get down. But instead, we're just going to Ultra Ball away our Super Rod and our Lele. Grab the Octo. Let's see, I had never really checked my prizes, so I priced one Fairy. Looks like we prized Teammates, a Treasure, a Candy, a Vulpix, and Ditto Star, and I think that's only 5 prizes that I counted, but Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not really super worried about my prizes right now. I think this turn I'm just going to go for a Snowy Wind and start getting damage down and just pressure. Let's start with a Secret Spring. And then just a Chorus. Okay, that's a very nice hand. I think, though, I can do my second Secret Spring and then actually attach a DCE to a Gardevoir. And then I can start pummeling down that, the Magcargo GX when it comes out. So, going into Anaheim, I tested this a decent bit. I'm almost certainly not going to be playing in Anaheim, just because, I mean, part of it is definitely a Stage 2 thing. I think this deck also does not have a fun time with Sudowoodo, just because if you look at the way that my bench is set up, if my opponent had turn 1 gotten a Sudowoodo down, it wouldn't have mattered, it wouldn't have been that relevant because I went first, but if they went first and got Sudowoodo down, it would have severely crippled me. I would have had to have one less Ralts, and it would have been a way less strong start. Because next turn, if I can hit a Gallade, which doesn't seem that hard right now, this is the optimal board for Gardevoir. And this goes to show, like, this is a turn 2 start where I have 2 Gardevoir GX out, 1 Ninetales that's swinging. I mean, it goes to show how, like, easy it is to get this consistency up for this deck. But again, I think going into a regional, it doesn't do anything super broken. And so I found myself in testing this being, like, really frustrated with, especially, like, losing to Archies is really heartbreaking for this deck, because most of the games that you lose versus Archies, you have this board, and your opponent would, like, on this turn, for example, they'd Guzma this Ralts, and then take 2 prizes, and then the next turn they'd take another 2 off of probably the Ninetales, or the Lele, and then, like, you go down to 2 prizes because your board is, like, gross in itself, but then they just take their last 2 with a huge Keldeo or something similar. And so that's what's really frustrating about this deck. Like, you can get so many great cards out, but you can still lose because your opponents are doing something just crazy unfair. So we're gonna see a Lava Flow that'll knock out my Ninetales. So this doesn't seem like a great matchup for me because I was kind of hoping it would be Blacephalon instead of this. So let's see. I think I definitely have a knockout on this. Especially if I see the Fairy. Don't want to stretch or any of those for sure. Maybe it wasn't the best idea to discard the Super Rod. I could have discarded the VS Seeker instead, but I'm not sure how good of a play that actually was. So let's see. So he's got, what, 140? So I need to hit for 5 energy. So yeah, I do need to do this. What's nice is that they do have to hit a lot to get a knockout back on this Gardevoir. I don't think they're going to be able to do that. Jeez, this is hard. I think I Abyssal first before Computer Search, because Computer Search can be very variable based on what I draw. Like, all I need is a VS Seeker or Chorus to really... Ooh, okay. So then I think I just Computer Search for the Candy onto the Gallade. Yeah, definitely. And I have to hope I hit one of my 4 fairies, which shouldn't be too hard, but it's definitely not unheard of. I don't think there's any way... Yeah, there's no reason to Premonition right now because I'm committed to this Juniper. And yeah, we did whiff. Okay. Now this is bad. So let's get rid of their Heat Factory first. Is there anything we can do here? I mean, we can protect the Gardevoir. I still don't think they're gonna... Ooh, this is super bad. Okay. The safer play was just to Computer Search for the Fairy. I think it might have been better for me to do it. Maybe I should have Premonition to see if the Fairy was there. No, but then yeah. Okay. Yeah, now I'm in a really bad position. I don't have the Fairy. I'm gonna Brooklet. 4 Fairy in deck still. Oof, okay. Well, I'm gonna Treasure for the last Ralts, I think, here. Just get rid of my Ultra Ball, because I won't really need that. Choice Band's good as well. And I have the VS Seeker for the Chorus next turn. That was a really unfortunate draw, and I don't know... Okay, so... Let's see. I don't really want any of these cards. I mean... I don't think I'm gonna Sycamore next turn either. I think I should... Or Juniper. But I think I go for... Ultra Ball... Ultra Ball... Timer Ball... it doesn't really matter because I'm just gonna do my top deck and then shuffle draw. But Ultra Ball's the best just for... Like, I guess if I do decide to Juniper next turn... I think the real question here is if I leave this active knowing that if they Blacksmith, this can really get out of hand. I really don't want that to happen. At the same time, giving up a Lele seems so bad. And just getting rid of this DCE also feels really bad. Maybe I just let this... Maybe I just promote Gallade because, yeah, with a Choice Band, I'll be able to Sensitive Blade next turn. Yeah, I think that's what I do. Yeah, because with a Blacksmith and like a good Crushing Charge or an Attach, like they can really just start like pummeling down if I leave that Gardevoir active, and I do not want to give up another GX right now. So I think this is the right play, especially with like I'll be able to Sensitive Blade if they don't knock this out this turn, even though they probably will. Ooh, Guzma. Okay. I don't. Okay, Guzma the Gardevoir without the energy. Interesting. Does that mean they don't have anything? Max Potion, okay. Off the bench, I'd assume. Yeah. And then, so it's got 180. Energy Retrieval. Okay. Is he gonna... I would love for him to Burning Charge GX right now, actually. Burning Magma GX. I'd love him to discard those top 5. Those are... I'm actually really lucky to to have had that really bad premonition, because those are all, except for the DCE, like those are all pretty bad cards. Okay, so from here, he's got 180, and so with 1, 2, 3, I need 6. I need 6 damage, 6 things to knock this out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to hit 2 fairies off of this. I think it's worth it. So I think I start with a Premonition. See if there's a fairy in the top. Okay, yes, there's 2 here. Perfect. And then I go Guzma Blower Almia. And then we will Octillery. Yeah, I think I should have probably just discarded the, what's it called? The, VS Seeker earlier with my Ultra Ball, because now, I really wish I had Super Rod to bring back just the 2 fairies that I have. So now the next question is, do I want a Guzma next turn, or do I think I just want the 10. Ooh, I am close to decking. I'm not sure I had the N in deck. I think I did, but I mean, what would I need past Guzma, really? Yeah, I think this is totally fine. I need to be able to react to whatever they have, so having forcing the Guzma top deck's really good. Luckily, I draw the rare candy that I prize as well, so that's also very useful. So I can get ideally, it's just another Gardevoir. Did I discard a Max Potion? That could be bad too. So they promote Lele. That implies that they don't really have much again. Bench another Slugma. Okay, so we look to be in a good position. We'll see what happens this turn, but I don't really expect much, especially given, like, the last turn they just attached the Cargo Max Potion and then discarded my top 5 cards. Let's see. Okay, so they just attach Fire to Lele. That seems... Okay, teammates... This all seems pretty bad for them. Because with the Lele, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can very easily knock this out this turn. I have the top deck Guzma, like, for sure. Okay, so they grab my Cargo, but they don't have any way to draw out unless I have the Scorched Earth in hand. Because they probably play it in this deck, but I just don't... Oh, they can Crushing Charge for it. Yeah, okay, sure. So, okay, I guess they're just gonna Energy Drive, just to do a little pot shot, to soften up this Gardeey. Okay, now I have some options. I can get this Gallade out. I'm not sure actually how much I need to, though. Let's see, what are my options? So I kind of just want to, from here, go for GX knockouts. I might just sit on this hand then. And attach here, and then I'm out of DCEs. I only have like 3 more fairies left, I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, 3. And I prized 1 fairy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I don't have very many fairies left at all. I guess I'll do a Premonition here, see what I have off the top. I think I want the Gardevoir over the second Gallade, just because of my lack of energy right now. Fuel Blower, that doesn't do much, and does do much though. So I think I do this, then yeah, in order like that. I think I just sit on this for now. So I'll attach to Gardevoir. I do want Guzma in hand. I wonder if I... Just Infinite Force. And then next turn I'll be able to Premonition and hopefully... Okay, Teammates is a big help there. So we'll see what they do this turn. I'm still... They have a way better chance at a knockout on this Gardevoir this turn. Yeah, especially with a Blacksmith. I was expecting to see that earlier than this even. But if they leave any energy on, they're really getting threatened by my Gardevoir. Because this has 3 energy on it already. If I have... Let's see, so... 1, 2, 3... Okay, so let's see how many they discard. I think optimally they discard all of them. Yeah, they did. And then... Let's see. So I have a few options here. I think I just want to try to brute force my way through here, though. I don't think I have the knockout. Yeah, I definitely don't have the knockout here no matter what. So I can just Guzma the Magcargo. Unfortunately, promote this Ralts because I can candy it into Gardeey. Okay, so I am gonna want to shuffle my deck because I don't have that many energies off the top. So I'm gonna treasure away the Gallade. Just wanna look at my deck. I did commit to using the Guzma this turn, which may not be the smartest idea, just by promoting the Ralts. So let's see. So I candy the Gardeey. Can also Teammates, I guess. Can even... Maybe I should have gone for the end first. So if I look at my top 5 now... Let's see, so I can just take that Cargo. If they have another Blacksmith, though, I'm in trouble. I think it's gotta be the right play, though. Let's Premonition first, see what we have off the top. So we do have the N and the Fairy. I think I'd just do this. I think I have committed by now to just Guzmaing this Magcargo and hopefully preventing them from taking a knockout next turn, and then I'll be able to just be a Seeker and get another Guzma kill the turn afterwards. I feel like there might have been a better line of play there. I wasn't really sure what to do at the end there. I don't think I want to drop this Fairy yet just because I don't know what I'm going to be like facing off against next turn. And I only have 2 energy left. I think I just Infinite Force here. Yeah, okay. So we draw a prize. Should be something, yeah, I was gonna say, it should be something that doesn't matter. It was the Ditto Star and the Corellia that were left prized. I'd rather have drawn the Ditto Star so I could, yeah, I won't be able to Abyssal next turn. Maybe I shouldn't have put the N off the top then. Maybe that was a misplay. So he has the fire. Crushing Charge with... Okay, so that means they're desperate. If he had the Blacksmith, he would have just had game there, but okay. So there's a Brooklet. Yeah, the Brooklet doesn't matter. Do I have game? So Brooklet, I can via. Okay, I have to. Yeah, so I have to Brooklet. Do that. Force the shuffle. Because if I VS Seeker, yeah, okay. So if I see the fairy here, yes. Okay, so I won. Because now I just... Come on. Okay. Then VS Seeker, grab the Goose, play Guzma, grab Slugma, attach, Abyssal Hand. It would have been pretty unlucky for me to whiff the fairy there, because it would have had to be exactly my last card in deck, which would have been incredibly unfortunate. But, so we closed that one out. That was really close, actually. My Gardevoir GX actually does not seem like a very good matchup for this deck if you see it, because if they burn all their energy, they can hit a Blacksmith when they need it. Like, they actually cap better than you, because you can't play off of their energy. So that was actually a bit of a scary game. Let's go into a second game for today. Ooh, I wonder... I'm gonna fit in a quick pack opening in the middle of this video. I don't know how normal that is for these TCG videos, but my account isn't very good. So let's just do a very, very quick Lost Thunder pack here. I've been getting a lot of like kind of weird full arts out of Lost Thunder, so I don't really expect this to be a great pack. I've been getting like full art Genesect, like a lot of full art trainers like Custom Catcher and oh wow, Lugia GX, nice. So I've been actually pulling pretty well out of this set after having a very bad luck on Celestial Storm. I went over 30 packs between TCGO and in real life without ever hitting a good like an ultra rare at all, I'm pretty sure. Like, not even Prism Star in Celestial Storm. But Lost Thunder is luckily a better set than Celestial Storm, so I'm glad to take the odds on Lost Thunder. Based on my opponent's deck, it looked like Psychic Normal. There's a very good likelihood that this is Trev, and the Trev matchup is exactly why you could choose not to play Gardevoir at any extended event, because I swear to God I lost that flip. I feel like I always forget if I'm going first though. I don't want to attach to the active because I still don't really know what he's playing. So let's just Juniper here. And see, even with whiffing the turn 1 Bridget, we still have a very good board, and I don't think we Ultra Ball for anything here. I think we just pass. We could have actually, with the assumption of Trev, yeah, maybe that was way better. Yeah, let's see. Bridget, okay, so this isn't Trev, probably. Let's see what they're playing. Okay, so it is Trev. I don't see Bridget and Trev very often, but, ooh, okay, that's rough. That is really rough. Okay, luckily we saw the Octillery. Ooh, and he just whiffed the retreat. Okay. So I think I just treasure for Curlia, and then oh, we prize 2 Gardevoir. That's pretty bad. And then I just Abyssal. Prizing 2 Gardevoir is really bad. Okay. So let's Abyssal, see if we can't hit a rare Candy Gardeey. Okay, so then Ultra Ball, discard Bridget and the Ultra Ball, grab Gardevoir. I think that's the best play. Maybe Gallade is better here. Because then I don't actually know what a better attacker is here. I do get to pressure with Gardevoir. However, Trevenant... Yeah, I think Gardevoir is a tiny bit better here. I'm really uncertain about that. I haven't tested this matchup much because, like, the problem with this matchup, I tested a little bit, and if they just get 2 Silent Fears down and then they just SB on EX, they've won. That's the game. But with this kind of start, hopefully, I wonder if I think I have to computer search away Vulpix and I guess I discard the Fairy and then Super Rod. Can grab... I think I just grab another Chorus. Yeah, I haven't really tested this matchup with this deck, and it feels kind of weird to play when, especially on turn 2 when I have access to so many items. I do feel a need to kind of just burn them all. And then I just Infinite Force for 90. So hopefully, after their whiff... Oh, I just realized I guess they didn't necessarily whiff, they just turned when Bridgeted. I'm not used to Bridget and Trev at all. So let's see, this has 110. It does have a minus... I'm trying to think if I would have rather gone for a Gallade. They don't have an energy down either. So, ooh, Guzma the Octillery is actually pretty rough because... Hopefully... Okay, Mysterious Treasure, I don't really mind that until... Muck? Okay, I don't really care about the Muck. Muck is really good in Trev for Tina promo though. Okay, so they just pass. So, I'm gonna Abyssal for 3. If I see, yeah, okay, perfect. I'm just gonna Secret Spring here. Yeah, I don't have an option really. Secret Spring, attach. Maybe I should have actually attached the DCE. I should have definitely attached the DCE because this deck runs like a ton of Faba. I think I evolve here. Yeah. And I can Sensitive Play for the knockout, that's perfect. Yeah, I should have attached the DCE for sure there. Speaking of which... His hand's really clogged if he gets another Trev active. I don't want to end him though because... I don't know, he discarded Cynthia last turn. I think that definitely was the correct play. I think I get the... Ooh, get the Fairy, and... No, Fairy, DCE, and roll Sprung, right? Let's do that. So what is good about this matchup is that if you play 2 Kirlia, it seems still like relatively good because then they have to Silent Fear. I feel like if you play a second Kirlia, you can win because now that I'm way more Espeon resistant. Additionally, Trev just as an inconsistent deck, this deck weirdly as a stage 2 deck. I guess they're also a stage 2 deck, but even under item lock, it still feels more consistent than Trev. Yeah, and there's the Fava, so I definitely should have discarded that DCE. I feel like that felt like a very dumb misplay on my part. So they get another Trev, and they just pass. They do not know what they're doing. So, yeah, I'm just gonna attach Secret Spring. Almost just Secret Sprung to the Gardevoir because it was right there. That would have been a bad thing. I am kind of low on items though, or supporters, so I wonder if I just Tails to shuffle my deck. I don't want to end him at all, because, yeah. So I think I just pull out, let's see, VS Seeker Treasure? It doesn't really matter. Sensitive Play, or Premonition first. Still the N on the top. N and DCE when I only have, what, 1 more DCE? Yeah, I only have 2 more, I guess. Brooklet Lily. Unfortunately, in these games, we haven't been able to see how powerful Brooklet can be in this deck. Just to like fill out your setup. Let's see what they top deck. It's really all that matters here. And perfect. Literally, one of the best top decks. They discarded I don't get that. They discarded Cynthia. Like what? Why? And they. That's frustrating. Ugh, I'm annoyed about this one. Okay, so this turn, I guess I'm just gonna... see, do they have a D-value, though? No, they don't. Okay. So... I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, all just attached here. Premonition first, I guess. These are all cards that I cannot use. Guess Seeker. Well, so I'm gonna be able to use items next turn unless they get a. This person's been completely misplaying though. Like they turn one Brigitte, that's whatever, but then they discarded Cynthia the next turn to Guzma my Octillery, expecting to be able to just stall it out, and then I just attached it to energy and retreated, and then like they got pretty lucky to top deck that N, and then like it's just a bad situation for them now. I mean, they have to... Ugh, okay. I mean, the deck does run a lot of supporters, I'll give them that. They're also running 2 Switch, which I've never seen in Trev. Okay, so that was a quick one. And that'll be the video for today. I hope you guys liked it. My conclusion on GARDEY is that I think it's great for a cup meta if you're expecting a lot of Archie's Choice, but from there, I think it's hard to play at like a regional, especially just because it's really, really good, but it's not degenerate. So, I love playing the deck on TCGO Ladder too. You get a lot of fun and good games with it. So yeah, that'll be the video for today. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to Paraflinch. Follow them on. They have a Facebook. I don't think they have like Twitter or Instagram, but follow them on Facebook. Go to your locals, whatever. Paraflinch is a local Portland league that it's run by a great person, Eric Brooks. He's the one that runs this channel. And so yeah, if you guys are going to Anaheim, I'd be happy for anyone to be like, hey, I recognize you from that video. That would be really cool. Yeah.